Hi there. Okay, so I am teacher April. Recently, I got a job with a company called Say ABC, which means that I teach English as a second language online to students in China. As you can see from the background, I've kind of created my own little classroom setting in a spare bedroom in my home. So, anyways, so many of my friends have been asking me about how they can get jobs with, say, ABC as well. So, I thought that I would make this video to talk a little bit about the application process. Um, Quick note, if you do end up applying, I would really appreciate you applying using the link that I've included underneath this video, just because that link is a referral link, so it means I get a little commission, and then Say ABC knows that I sent you to them, which also could look good for you since I think of myself as a pretty good teacher. But anyway, so yeah, if you do apply, use the link below, and when you get to the application stage, they'll ask you how you heard about Say ABC. You put referral and then type in my code, which is EHE6B5. I'll also include that below as well. Okay, so just to start off, that is actually one of the coolest perks of this job is that not only am I a Say ABC teacher, but I have the opportunity to tell my friends about this wonderful job opportunity that lets them work from home or from wherever they are in the world. So not only like maybe you're a stay-at-home mom and you need a little extra income, this is a great job for you as well. I get to tell people that and get an extra commission. So not only am I just making money from teaching classes, I'm also getting commission if you sign up through me, and you can have that same thing too. Okay, so let's talk about the requirements for a Say ABC job. What do you need to have in order to get the job? Number one, you need to be a native English speaker. So English needs to be your first language or one of your first languages. Two, you need to have a computer with really fast and really stable internet connection, like a really good internet connection. You also need to have audio and video capabilities. Um, Three, it's preferred, or the website says it's preferred that you have a bachelor's degree or equivalent or are in your final year of university. However, I have seen other YouTubers and other people saying that that bachelor's degree isn't actually required by, say, ABC. So if you don't have one and you're not about to get one anytime soon, I say just apply anyway because you're not going to know unless you apply, right? Okay, number four, the website says that you need to have 1 year, a minimum of 1 year teaching experience. However, I got the job with only a few months teaching experience because I have a bachelor's degree and because I have a TESOL certificate, which we will get to in just a second. So again, if you don't have teaching experience or you don't have a lot of it, I would say still apply anyway because again, you're not going to know unless you apply. Number five, Say ABC prefers that you have a TEFL, TESOL, or another relevant teaching certificate. So these are super, super easy to get online. I got mine through Coursera. So technically it was through Arizona State University, but they put kind of a more inexpensive form of their course online. So it's easier to take from wherever you are in the world. I've also heard of and seen courses on Groupon that are even more inexpensive than Coursera and that you can finish them more quickly. So less hours before you have to get, before you can apply for your job. Okay, so finally, let's talk about the actual application process. So, say ABC has a 4-step application process, but don't worry, you can finish it within like a week or two. It's pretty quick. So, step one, the application. The first step is to fill in your application online on their website using the link below. It's super straightforward. It's just like any other online application, really. You just fill in your relevant information, your experience, your work experience, your highest level of education, and the kind of TESOL or TEFL certificate that you have. Um, Make sure, again, that when they ask how you heard about Say ABC, you use you say referral and then you use my code EHE6B5 unless somebody else has referred you. If somebody else has referred you, use their code. And again, I would really appreciate if no one has referred you that you use my code. Anyways, step 2, the interview. So you will know within 2 business days whether or not you passed your application process. If they liked your application, they'll let you know within 2 days that you passed, and then you're on to the next step, which is the interview. Okay, so there are 2 ways that you can do an interview with Say ABC. Number 1 is you can do a live interview with like a mentor. So you're talking to somebody over the computer with the Say ABC platform. And number 2, you can do a pre-recorded interview where you record yourself answering questions, and then and then you can just use that. I did the pre-recorded interview just because I thought it would be a little less stressful. And plus, when you do the pre-recorded interview, you actually get 3 tries to get it right. So you start recording, and then if you don't like it, you can delete it and try 2 times more, which is awesome. So your interview will consist of you answering a couple questions, like when can you start working, what are your strengths and weaknesses, and why you want to be a teacher with Say ABC, along with a couple other questions that I can't remember off the top of my head. And then next, you'll do a class demonstration. So this means that you will be pretending to teach actual students. This is kind of why I did the pre-recorded interview, just because I didn't want to pretend to be teaching another adult. I just thought that it would be kind of awkward because the mentor has to like pretend that they're a kid for you, and they make mistakes and stuff. And I thought it would be easier if I was just teaching nobody, but pretending to teach actual students. Now, don't freak out if you're not sure how to prepare. Say ABC will send you the class slides, so it's kind of like a slideshow that you click through, that you can prepare beforehand, and you will get to choose a level that you want to teach during your interview. So Say ABC has 5 levels on their platform. There's level 0, level 1, 2, 3, 4, and yeah, just 4. It goes up to 4, 0 to 4. So although no kids have actually reached level 4 yet, because Say ABC is still a relatively new platform. Anyways, you will essentially teach the level of your choice for 15 minutes. And I'll be sure to add a video and maybe a blog post later on about tips and ways to like actually pass your interview. But for now, I'll just give you a few quick tips. Make sure you use TPR. So TPR means total physical response. It's something you'll probably learn in your TEFL or TESOL certificate course, but it means using actions. So for example, when I greet students at the beginning of every class, I say, hello, hello, how are you? How are you? And I repeat it a couple times so that they understand. And then I go like this. So I go, hello, how are you? And when I go like that, that means they're ready to speak. They can speak, and they say, I'm fine, thank you. So lots and lots of actions so that they understand what you're saying, because a lot of these kids, they don't practice English throughout the week, or this is like one of their first times learning English. So they're not going to understand you if you just sit there and go, hello, how are you? They're going to be like, what did she just say? What's happening? So yeah, lots of TPR. Number 2, use props. So I had some of this stuff already just from like going through my husband's childhood home. Hello. You want the class to be fun, so you need to use props, especially props that have to do with the lesson you're teaching. So for example, if you need to teach the word duck, you can use this. Or like what I did, if I don't have a prop and I really want to use one, I just print pictures off of the internet and use those. So that's another tip. And then the third tip is to make sure that you speak super slowly, super slowly, because you want them to understand you. And also try to speak as little as possible, because you want the teacher talk time to be low and the student talk time to be high so that they get lots of practice. All right. Okay, one last tip to pass your interview, like I said before, or I don't know if I said it before, but one last tip is to make sure you have a kid-friendly background. This is going to really help you pass your interview, especially if you I drew this, or print out a Say ABC logo. You actually get a point for that. So I would say get the logo, make some cute posters or whatever. And yeah. Okay. If you pass your interview, which you will find out about 2 days after your interview happens, you will move on to the training and the live mentor session. So the training is basically a bunch of modules on the Say ABC platform that you have to go and do. So it's kind of like little lessons to teach you more about how to use the Say ABC platform, how to give students a reward card, how to book classes, stuff like that. And they'll also talk a lot in depth about using props, TPR, speaking slowly, etc. After that, you'll book a live mentor session. So this is when you will get set up with a mentor who tells you basically a little bit more about what you need to know to pass the evaluation class, which is the 4th step. And they're going to answer any questions that you have and just give you any feedback too. So when you're preparing for your live mentor session, prepare questions beforehand to ask your mentor in case you're confused about something, and prepare a couple more slides. So from a different level lesson. So if you did level 0 for your interview, choose a couple slides from like lesson 1 or 2 or 3 and prepare those ahead of time, because your mentor may ask you to demonstrate a couple slides and then they'll give you constructive feedback on what you need to work on in order to pass the 4th step. So the 4th step is the evaluation class. So you will know in 2 business days if the mentor session went well. Your mentor will probably email you and give you like some feedback and stuff like that, and they'll tell you how well you did and what you need to work on. The evaluation class, this is the most important part of the application process. Don't freak out about the evaluation class too much, okay? If you don't pass the first time, you will actually get a second evaluation class for a second chance to get the job. And what Say ABC will do is they'll email you, they say, we're sorry you didn't pass the evaluation class. Here's what you need to work on in order to pass your second evaluation class. And then you'll get a second one. However, passing the first evaluation class, it's going to be similar to the interview, except that instead of teaching for 15 minutes, you're teaching for a full 40-minute class, and you're teaching real students. So you're going to be teaching real students. The parents are going to give feedback on how you did as a teacher, and they're going to send it into Say ABC, and that's going to help determine whether or not you get the job. Now, with Say ABC, you can teach up from 1 to 4 students at a time. So with my evaluation class, I had a full class, I had 4 students, and it went really, really well. They liked the props. I was super prepared because, again, you're going to get those slides, those classroom slides, 2 days before your booked evaluation class. So yeah. All right, so that is all the information and tips that I have about the Say ABC application process. I really hope that you get a job as a Say ABC teacher as well. It is such a wonderful job and you're going to love it. Again, if nobody has referred you yet, I would really appreciate you using my referral link and my code below. And also be sure to like this video and subscribe to this channel as well. Thanks so much. Bye.